happy I can be around.
Hello everybody, Drew here for Drew That Underground, back with episode 59, Breaking Rocks. I don't need any ads for games that I have, thank you Microsoft Shopping, but that just popped up on my screen for no fucking reason whatsoever. But joining me for this Get Woke, Go Broke episode of Breaking Rocks, that's titled for several reasons, but joining me, my younger brother, Desert Nord. Hey bro.
Hey there.
How are you doing this Friday and Saturday evening?
Yeah, pretty well. Yeah.
Well, we're finally here to get to review Xbox Game Showcase and Summer Games Fest, and also we're going to react to a video for a song called Go Woke, Go Broke, hence the name. And yes, I did title this Get Woke, not Go Woke, for a reason. Because by my standards, if you go woke, yeah, go broke, that whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But getting woke is the problem.
Yeah.
Because you could go woke, because go woke says to me, yeah, you're preaching all this array of bullshit and forcing it down people's throats, but you don't necessarily believe it or trying to believe it. You're just going along with the narrative because you're a chicken shit, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the core of the problem with it is losing the plot. Most of the time, the products being produced and the entertainment being abused, it's being abused because the intention is lost. The goal is completely ignored. The original intention is completely gone.
Yeah.
It's something completely adverse to quality. It's like, imagine if you were having a conversation about something, like a specific topic, doesn't matter what it is, and somebody barged in and started talking about something completely different and took over the whole conversation because they wanted to talk about something basically unrelated. Yeah. That's what wokeness is in entertainment.
Yeah, but like I was saying, the go woke thing, go woke. That says to me, as I said just a few seconds ago, you don't necessarily believe what you're saying. Getting woke says to me, you're trying to buy into all this bullshit, right?
Well, yeah, no, there's definitely two kinds of activists in this regard. There's the ones that are true believers, and then there's the ones going along because they're afraid not to.
Yeah. Well, here in the underground, we've never been afraid to say anything. Like last week when I called the 2020 election rigged, because it is and was.
Yeah.
Just like they're going to try to do that this year, this November in 2024. But as Trump said previously, too big to rig. But politics aside, Summer Games Fest was last weekend.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it kind of made a splash, surprisingly.
To a degree.
More than expected, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's a reason I say to a certain degree.
Yeah, not everything was good. Some of it was absolute just cringe.
Yeah, because Summer Games Fest overall, to me, was kind of more or less...
Well, it's not my concern.
Yeah, no.
Overall.
We didn't go into it with much interest, really.
Yeah. I went into it kind of thinking that...
You serious?
But that's more or less how it started for me with the first thing that they showed, which we will get into here and now once I get this up here. Come on. Stupid piece of crap.
At Discover, everyone can talk to a human representative.
Shut up. And I don't even need the sound for this anyway, because we're just going to be having this play in the background here. But as it is, the first thing that they showed us was this.
Mm-hmm.
Lego Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
And this was what I meant when, as soon as I saw this was the meme that popped into my head immediately.
You serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is about this particular part of the presentation is that
Yeah.
it's one more chapter in the Legofication of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It started out as a really nifty, really sort of cool crossover thing.
And if you
even,
notice, it's not going to be on Xbox.
yeah,
at all.
even considering that it was, you know, sort of a revolutionary idea to like combine two forms of two different intellectual properties together for a video game.
Yeah.
It's not, that hasn't been done too many times, but it was very successful. I mean, you know, with Lego Star Wars, especially Lego Indiana Jones was good. I mean, all sorts of different IPs jumped in on it. And honestly, at first, the stuff was, it's a great IP in and of itself at this point. But when you start dragging in titles where you're like, wait, this isn't even like, this isn't like, it's not a non-video game IP we're talking about here. So like now we're just going to combine video games. Like we're going to take a video game and marry them together now into another video game. It's like it's kind of an
pretty
odd
much.
thing. And I don't quite know where they're going with it.
I don't remember what this was. I didn't write this one down to talk about, so we're just going to skip past this. Yeah, and then they got into Star Wars. What the fuck was it called? Outlaws.
Yeah, Outlaws. Yes.
I don't remember the name of the fucking thing. That's how much I care about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the state of Star Wars for us in general.
And then there was an ad here. And then we're... Come on. There we go. Yeah, and here's your representation for Summer Games Fest.
Which continues to be a running theme that they seem to be
very fixated on. Yeah, and then there was this game, Deer and Boy, which looks like a sweet baby fucking thing if ever I've seen one. You know?
Yeah, definitely is. No, yeah, and I mean the thing about it is like when you can tell is when they start getting into bizarre concepts, especially involving little child characters. Okay, there's a couple of things that it's going to sound slanderous, but it seems that the queer developer community seems to like little child characters and animals as like main protagonists.
Yeah, and I know that we'll get some hate for saying it in the chat, but this is the underground. Say what you got to say, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and I mean, it's sort of...
But there's no two ways to put it. They're coming across as pedophiles. I know Google doesn't like you saying that, but fuck you, Google. So...
Yeah, no, I mean...
and we're never going to be monetized, so...
The phrase... I mean, the concept of, you know, quote-unquote queer used to just mean different. You know, now it means a whole bunch of other things that I'm not even sure that many of them necessarily intended it to have as a connotation. But with that type of content creation, you start to wonder about these people. Like, maybe beyond start to wonder. You're wondering about these people.
However, on a positive note, on the screen here that's being shown is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of a big deal. The first game was decent.
Yeah, no, the first one was very, honestly, like, old school game development, honestly, because they were absolutely going for as much historical accuracy as possible.
Yeah.
And they still are. So, you know, they're not trying to insert modern themes, attract modern audiences. They're not trying to make you think, oh, hey, no, this game is about today. It has lessons for me today. No, it's like this game is about the past. This game is showing you what may have happened in the past in a story in form, but absolutely 100% all past themes, nothing modern about it.
Yeah, so Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of those games on the radar.
Yep.
At least for me, because I do have digitally the first one, so. But
we appreciate what that development team has done for gaming.
And that's coming at some point this year. So probably by the end of it, if not the fall or something. So the term Brooktober is going to come to mind, right?
Yeah.
Like it does every year. Let's fast forward a bit here. Yeah, I don't remember what that was. Not that I care. This looks more like some more Sweet Baby influence stuff, which is the general premise of Summer Games Fest this year.
Yeah, just another movie masquerading as a video game. Press A to proceed, sort of a game.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go further.
And with Hollywood actors being involved, things are going to be 100% woke as fuck. So.
And then here's some more Alan Wake 2 shit.
Yeah. Another one they've beaten into the ground. It's got a fandom, but it's kind of, come and gone, I would think.
Yeah. Oh no, Wes.
That was the Night Springs thing, right? So
yeah. So that was an expansion for Alan Wake 2.
yeah,
if you will.
Disaffectingly called Alan Wake, yes.
Something else entirely that doesn't interest me a ton.
Yeah, that was one of them.
And then here's that Power World update for that new island that I was telling you about, which is coming this month on the 27th.
Yeah, Sakurajima update. Yeah.
Yeah. But also on other notes, they did also on this show Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Yep.
Skate is apparently still coming. And that was pretty much the only things that I wrote down that were of any interest from the Summer Games Fest business.
Yeah. Summer Games Fest was way thinner than
Xbox for sure.
Especially than the Xbox presentation. Yeah.
So hence why, let me stop sharing this now. Hence why generally I was left feeling about Summer Games Fest, as I said at the top, my first reaction was, you're serious? Going into it, but by the end of it, I was...
Well, it's not my concern.
For the most part.
Definitely was an underwhelming part of the week in gaming.
However, usually Sony and PlayStation is, you're going to go woke? Well, watch this, right? At least lately, but not this past weekend with the Xbox Game Showcase.
This is Maya.
Shut up.
The one overarching negative, I think, with the Xbox presentation, was that I could totally see the Sweet Baby influence there too.
Yeah.
With the X, because it was just every single game, female character protagonist, person of color protagonist, every single game.
Yeah, so we kick off
with only 3 exceptions.
So as you see on the screen, we are kicking off with Doom here, with a new Doom game.
Yeah.
Which surprised a lot of people.
And it'll continue to be a popular series. It's been a series for longer than many of us have even been gaming.
And it's called Doom: The Dark Ages, and it will be on Game Pass on day one. No surprise since they own Bethesda.
Yeah,
and coming next year.
most of the games presented there were day one Game Pass releases.
Yeah, so in terms of what we see here for Doom: The Dark Ages, there's generally only one reaction for it, bro.
Yeah.
Damn!
And that was
Yeah.
right out the gate for Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, for Doom fans, it's definitely an exciting moment. They'll love it, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Because I dabbled with the previous two ones on Xbox One and, just on Xbox One that came out for the previous two games. So that was Doom 2016 and then Doom Eternal as well. And I'm sure I'll get around to this one at some point too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also, you're going to see that a lot. Xbox Game Pass for almost everything that you see here.
Yeah,
And
vast majority, yes.
yeah. And also another Xbox Game Studios game. Let me know if you recognize it yet.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I saw this, I'm like, and I saw Undead Labs, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what this is, bro.
Yeah.
So what do you think it is?
Well, I remember wasn't this this was Dying Light, wasn't it? Or
No,
Dead Before Dawn, right? Dead Before Dawn is what it was, right?
No, State of Decay 3.
Oh yeah. That's the other one. Those three are like very freaking similar. State of Decay 3, yes.
I could have said nothing and let you sit here for an hour just guessing.
Well, bro,
zombie games.
I don't play zombie games, so I mean, it's like this one was not up my alley. So I mean, I don't play zombie games.
I don't play a lot of them. I only play ones that generally have like people in my gaming circle playing them and generally want me to play them with them. Then I'll get it.
Literally, the only zombie game I've really played in recent memory is DayZ. That's it.
Mm. So. Yeah, I played a little of the previous game of State of Decay 2.
State of Decay.
State of Decay 2. Yeah, right. State of Decay 2 is what I was trying to say. And was largely not impressed by it, but I'm also apparently largely not impressed by State of Decay 2 either. Evidently.
Yeah, though, and the trailer is just, oh my God, we'll remember him forever. Yeah, sure you will.
That seems to be what the AAA gaming industry is starting to turn into, the state of gay.
Yeah.
But Freudian slips
that's what some people call the whole state of play presentation. They call it the state of gay presentation. So
I cannot argue against it, but after this, at some point we see Dragon Age, the Veilguard, coming fall 2024.
Yeah.
And there was news coming out after the Xbox Game Showcase that there's supposedly going to be no straight characters in it.
Yeah.
Everyone's either going to be gay or bisexual or something or another.
Yep.
And in comments of that, I also read people saying, this is interesting. Baldur's Gate 3 is more Dragon Age than Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2024 in gaming, everybody. And also coming in 2025 for some of these things. Even though Dragon Age Veilguard, the Veilguard, whatever the hell that means, is coming fall of this year. And speaking of the game that we were just talking about, there's Harding, there's what's his face from the previous games,
mm-hmm.
The detective. Why do you need to give nicknames for these characters from the past games? I mean seriously. And here's the veil jumper. So obviously the veil means the spirit world within the Dragon Age universe. On the contrary to what I said of whatever that means, I know exactly what it means. So you're guarding against an invasion from the veil, I guess, right?
Yep.
Even though, wasn't that the Inquisitor's job in Dragon Age Inquisition, though?
Well, apparently he is a failure, I guess.
Or she, because you could play as a female in that, too.
Or she, yeah.
Evidently. So one of these fall games that, well, there's only one thing that can be said about Dragon Age, the Veil Guard, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm torn between two, but I'm just going to go with this one for this.
You serious?
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been a Dragon Age fan, so.
I was in the first game, Dragon Age Origins. That was great. But Dragon Age 2 took a step back. Dragon Age Inquisition was passable. But then there's this. You want to fill it with all the woke ideologies you can? Fine, have fun going broke, folks. Have fun wondering why EA decides to shut down BioWare. After Anthem 2, by the way.
That was actually a funny development.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny.
Speaking of things with pronouns, Starfield's expansion here, which, considering we're talking Starfield here,
well, it's not my concern.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, Starfield was definitely underwhelming. Which is sad because it was like one of the most hyped games of the last 10 years.
Yeah. It was supposed to like save Xbox or something or another, and it landed like a wet woke fart.
Yeah.
At least for me anyway.
Well, people had trouble taking it seriously because of the glitches and all sorts of, not fun stuff,
And a whole host of other modernization things for modern audiences in it.
Uh-huh.
Their favorite fucking buzzwords, except for you turn their buzzwords against them and they cry like infants.
Yeah,
Why
no,
are you doing this?
They love buzzwords until the buzzwords. They love buzzwords until the buzzwords became became problematic, and then now they want to pretend like you can't call it that. You're mean. It's like you called it that to begin with, jerk.
Yep.
You liked calling it that when it was a good thing. Now that it's a bad thing, you want to pretend like I'm calling it something bad. It's like, no, I'm calling it what you called it.
And then after this, we get some more new content for everybody's favorite Fallout game, bro.
Everybody's favorite Fallout game. Yeah, I know, right?
You you know which Fallout I'm talking about, right?
76, yes, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute biggest shit show in game release history.
Yeah, so an update to Starfield is obviously...
Well, it's not my concern.
And also a update... Well, to be fair, Starfield isn't just getting that expansion here. They also did announce that console mods for Starfield would be coming, and that actually is important. Because from my point of view, that is more or less... Yeah, mods on console for a game that no one really cares about is kind of like...
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
Now, it could help Starfield on console, but I have my doubts. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
I
I
will
doubt it
probably
too.
look at the mods just to see what's going on for the console mods, but overall, I probably ain't gonna do shit with it.
The game has to be very popular to begin with, and played by players for hours and hours and hours and hours, over and over and over by millions of gamers before it can justify mods.
Yeah, and then there's Fallout 76 here, which I was not impressed at launch, and I haven't gone back for any expansion, any reason, because in all honesty, playing Fallout online is just stupid to me. You know, bro?
Well, it surely didn't work out, did it?
No. And as I was saying when I pre-ordered Fallout 76, because I wanted a front row seat to watch it burn, and burn it did, at least in my experience, when you're over encumbered and you're trying to get back to your base and you're being followed by other actual gamers within the game, just shooting at you, then they kill you and take your shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was when I was like, at that point.
Yeah, no,
I
mean, like, look, a survival game where you're trying to play along with other players, it's right off the bat, it's going to be toxic, 100%, because people play those games like they play them toxic. They say, "Oh, well, there's noobs in the game. Oh, I'm going to go beat up on the noobs, ha ha ha." And pretend I'm a god at this game.
And then also there's the fact that you could build your base wherever you want within reason within the game, right?
Yeah.
And add to it, other people can do the same thing. So guess what happens? Go ahead, guess.
You get raided.
No, you and somebody else can wind up building your base in the exact same fucking spot as the other.
Yeah, that always helps.
And that was what happened to me. I logged in to do some stuff on my own within the game, and there was people in my fucking base building shit.
Yep.
And then that's when I went outside and discovered there were 2 building kits out there. I'm like, great, someone built the exact same fucking style of shit that I did right here. Fuck it, I'm packing up my shit, and I'm done playing the game. Fuck Fallout 76, and I haven't played it since.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm probably in a minority when I say, if you're going to give me a Fallout game, make sure it's a single-player fucking game, Bethesda. If I even give a shit that you release a game after Starfield now. But give me a single-player fucking Bethesda Game Studios game like Fallout 3. And better yet, like Obsidian, better yet, let Obsidian make a fucking Elder Scrolls game of their own. I stand by that statement. Let Obsidian make an Elder Scrolls game. You're both owned by Microsoft. There's no reason why it shouldn't be happening. And Expedition 33, I don't give a shit.
Well, they burned up so damn much of the Elder Scrolls interest with all of the re-releases of Skyrim.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, imagine procrastinating this badly at anything else in life.
Yeah, and then after Expedition 33, I believe next up is South of Midnight, that sweet baby New Orleans fucking game, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we know about, so...
Yeah, it's absolutely 100%. That one is absolutely 100% made for modern audiences.
Yeah,
and people
right
who
here.
are not even gamers. Like, that one is what that's for.
That's this right here. So, let me get to my tab here. Here we go. Let's fast forward a little bit to the next thing. And this is, I believe, something about World of Warcraft. which I didn't write down because it's of no interest to me whatsoever. Bro?
Uh-huh. Yeah, the World of Warcraft the release that they announced. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's still people that still play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that game is like, if ever there's a game that has been around so long that you literally would be approaching retirement age, having been around when the first game came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this next game that we're about to see, not to cut you off at all,
Yeah.
is one of those things where I saw this and I simply was, damn! Because this is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake,
Yep.
if you will.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, obviously that one's a lot more relevant. That one's probably one of the better announcements of the whole presentation. Top 5 for sure among what we saw.
And also, apparently, I believe this is also going to be a day one Game Pass thing too.
Yeah, it is. Which again is most everything that's shown there.
Well, it's not quite everything.
Yeah, minus a few. It's almost everything minus a few.
Yeah, because obviously Dragon Age won't be. Take that for what's worth. But Call of Duty, Doom, State of Decay, the expansion for Starfield, the expansion for Fallout 76, South of Midnight will be. This will be. The next game will be. Fable will be, which we'll get into that. And also, 1, 2. Like, just about everything else from here. More or less, without revealing too much here yet. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I'm not sure what the square is there.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind that Metal Gear fans were almost exclusively Sony players. You know, historically speaking, they have sort of an inside joke humor about it, and that's what that's about.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, wait. This is some stuff for Sea of Thieves. Which I didn't write down because Sea of Thieves, for the most part,
is not my concern
at this point, because it is also on PlayStation 2, so. Which more and more Microsoft has been dropping their first-party games and exclusives on PS5, hence why the rumors are going around that at some point Halo will wind up over there. And we said our piece last week about that, so. But as far as Sea of Thieves, it's season 13, yeah.
Yeah, no, that was actually just Xbox, like that was like one of the most expected things of the whole showcase.
Yeah. And here's the Flintlock thing.
Yeah.
Some more representation here. So Flintlock.
That's not my concern.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to create a new IP with that, but I mean, it's like you can't keep directing your attention of your new games towards an audience that doesn't even play games. You're gonna lose money, guys.
And here's the Sid Meier's thing that I talked about before. Sid Meier's
that's
Civilization
Age
7
Mythology. Yeah. That one actually was probably the most interesting thing overall for me in the whole presentation right there. Because I kind of dig the theme, and I also dig the play. I dig the sort of play style that's going on there.
Yeah, it's not really my thing.
Yeah, I would probably get into that particular game if I could.
Age of Mythology, yeah. Retold.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
After that should be the game that we talked about previously and criticized quite a bit. Fable.
Yep.
Oh no, it's the flight simulator.
Oh yeah. No, it was. They managed to somehow make it woke too. It was hilarious. They managed to somehow make the flight simulator trailer woke, and I was just like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I was like,
Okay, no, this is not the flight simulator thing. I'm not sure what this is. Because I didn't write this down then. Oh, yeah.
"Yeah, that was Zero Dark or Perfect Dark. Sorry, Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
Yeah.
And they uglified.
Of course they did. They always fucking do that.
Yeah.
It's like they can't help themselves anymore with that shit.
Because here's the honest point of view for me. Perfect Dark, coming back after all the years, should invoke the feeling in gamers of
do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Right?
Yeah, it should. I mean,
but what this does is simply this.
You serious?
You know?
Yeah, I'm definitely not. It's another game that I've never gave a shit about. Still don't.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are people back in the day who played the hell out of it. I know it's a game that has some heartstrings for people. I don't give a shit. Never played Perfect Dark, and so I mean, it's not my concern, as they say.
And now there's rumors that that Agent Dark here, because I don't know her name, is a self-insert for somebody too.
Yeah, of course it is.
There's
They can't help. Again, they can't help themselves anymore these days.
Yeah. Because it's one thing if you're a gamer playing like Skyrim with alternate start and all these mods and playing as yourself in the game. That's one thing. Because we don't make these fucking games. We're just playing them, you know?
Uh-huh.
But if you're making a game and you're putting yourself as the main fucking character, here's an idea. Take 2 weeks off, then quit.
Yeah.
Bro?
Yeah, no, or they could just quit right now. That would be great.
Well, if they take 2 weeks off and then quit, that's still quitting right now, and we won't have to see them for longer. So there's that.
I just don't like how they can't seem to make anything new, and everything new that they make is garbage.
Yeah.
Everything old that they remake, they make into garbage. I don't understand how you can take a perfectly good IP that people love and somehow fuck it up. I don't know how that it's their special power or something. They managed to somehow always do that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you remember that old game you loved when you were a kid that you played for endless hours? You know, probably thousands of hours. Oh yeah, well, we're here to fuck it up now.
And shut the hell up, Matt Ass. Yes, I know his name is Matt Booty, but I don't give a shit. And
then there was that trailer again, which is another one of these emo fucking teenage girl main characters.
Yeah, some demonic horse shit here. And now we finally get onto the main event of criticism, Fable.
Yeah.
Bro. And I apologize for this face on screen right now.
Yeah. It's as if they were like, I mean, you know that the initial the initial boards for this had like a very like curvy, beautiful female lead character. But then the fucking Sweet Babies came along and they were like, oh no, we have to make this less attractive. We can't put this out. Oh no.
Here's the problem for me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Fable 1, you had to play as a male character, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. Wait, well, maybe. I forget. I don't forget. I forget whether you could play as a female or not. I didn't ever play as a female.
Fable 2 and 3, though, you could play as male or female character. It did not matter.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
So, considering that every trailer has a female protagonist, does this mean that you have to play as a female in this Fable game?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because if that's the case, we are regressing here. Because Fable 2 was, to borrow a term from progressives, progressive. You could play as male or female, take your pick. It did not matter. Mm-hmm. Now, apparently, it matters again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not regressing like in some sort of sophisticated intellectual way. We're regressing like a kid would who doesn't have the ability to grow up properly.
As if apparently developers for a number of AAA studios go, ew, men have cooties. We don't want anything to do with them, right?
Pretty much, I guess, yeah. I mean, they essentially would love it if they could prevent you from ever playing as a white male character ever again.
Yeah, so Fable's coming out 2025, and it's going to be on Game Pass.
Well, it's not my concern.
So, this, I don't remember what the hell this is, but I guess you use cards and break them to get power-ups or some shit in this shooter thingamajig.
Uh-huh.
And I do not remember what the fuck this was for the life of me, but I remember seeing it going, this looks absolutely stupid. This looks like levels of Redfall bad to me.
Yeah, or like a cross between Redfall and Fortnite, honestly.
Yeah.
It should be called. Should I refrain from saying what I think it should be called, or should I just say it?
I think I know what you're gonna say. It's called FR Frag Punk, and I know what you're gonna say.
Yes, you do. You do know exactly what I was gonna say.
So instead of you saying it, we'll just say this. Damn! Instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because frankly, when I saw that trailer at the end and I saw it was called Frag Punk, I'm like, oh, I know what we're gonna call this one.
Yes. Yes.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
So, this is from the makers of Don't Starve, I believe.
Which is ironic. Because, well, after they see their revenue from that one, they probably are going to starve.
Well, the thing is that Don't Starve was actually like a decent game that people enjoyed from an indie studio.
Yeah, I know, but, everything good goes to shit, right?
Yeah, so this could be interesting, but it's also...
Well, it's not my concern.
Either.
Uh-huh.
Because as soon as you finally get to your aunt in this game, ooh, look what happens to her. After all that gameplay and all that time, she gets taken away by a fucking owl.
Yeah. Thanks for, crushing our fucking dreams.
I hope that's not the ending of the game. Yay! Hey, Auntie! Oh, shit, your dinner now. Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
After all this time of not seeing you for like 20 years. And then here's some more woke nonsense.
Yeah, no, it looks like Ryan Johnson levels of story writing.
Yeah. And when Mom and I saw the one part with the cop here, we're like, yeah, there's no way I'm touching this bullshit. you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And by the way, when I was watching this, folks, for those watching this after the fact, I watched this whole press conference with my mom sitting there with me, and she was also reacting in real time. And some of the things she said were like, I wish this was live on YouTube right now for us.
Yep.
Because she was quite funny.
Yeah.
So shut up, Mom. I love you. Because honestly, some of the jokes were so funny that in my head, at Mom's jokes, I was going,
Damn!
Yeah.
you know.
Uh-huh.
But then again, I probably would have been doing that too if Dad had been watching and still here too.
Yeah, no, so that right there, that game right there that we're watching right there on the screen, that mixtape game, that one is 100% modern audience material.
Yeah.
Possibly the most blatant and obvious woke game coming of all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way it's not going to be a woke game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd almost put money down. So, yeah.
And at first I thought this looked like Arizona here, bro.
Yeah, it's got a Utah feel to it.
And this is Microsoft Flight Simulator now.
Yeah.
On the contrary to what I thought earlier with the person with the wingsuit.
Yeah, no, and of course, again, they somehow managed to make this trailer woke, by the way. They somehow managed it. I'm actually I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed that they managed to make this woke.
How?
By having the black female protagonist in the plane. See?
I didn't even notice it when I was watching it live.
No, I know, and you wouldn't if you're unaware of what they're doing there.
Because Mom and I were taken back by the graphics and going, yeah, I probably will give this a look, if nothing else, to fly over State Farm Stadium.
Ever since Flight Simulator 20, or 2020, I should say.
Yeah, which I remember dabbling in.
Ever since that came out, Flight Simulator has been top-notch. In terms of gameplay, it's one of the best flying games that there is.
And in this, it's nice to know that you can simulate being the Coast Guard, saving the guys from Deadliest Catch if you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Coast Guard bit was a nice inclusion. I did appreciate that. They usually focus on airport flies and fighters and shit. Less so on fighters, but
I guess go take pictures of wildlife somewhere, I guess now.
Yeah, no, that was confusing to me. I was like, okay.
Can we fly and go hunting? Because that would be your thing for a game, or fly somewhere and go fishing from your from your water plane.
Yeah, no, I mean that type of thing is incorporating different themes is kind of cool if they did that, but I mean, at that point you're talking about a multifaceted game, like almost like a crossover game at that point.
Yeah.
But Flight Simulator is always going to be all about flying. It's not really going to be.
And that's coming this November to Game Pass, so.
Yep.
Won't have to buy it to play it, which is nice, because I wouldn't want to spend like $70 for that, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say 70 is worth the price.
And
I'd
then
say
here's
maybe 50.
More Elder Scrolls Online for you, bro.
Yeah, stuff I already knew about.
Let's see. My notes are: play all the DLC for free for a limited time. Gold Road is coming on the 18th, so very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I have on this. That's all this pretty much is, I think.
Yeah, again, for ESO players, there's a new metric called scribing they're putting in the game, and there's a new Daedric Prince that, according to them, previously unknown or whatever. I'm just like, okay, haha, sure. All right.
Kind of like in the Roman Empire, they had a statue to the unknown god, which we all know who that is.
But
you know,
Yeah, or in this case, like this is called we're out of ideas, so let's just come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of creativity. There's no. Here's the part that pisses me off about ESO. The
Yeah.
whole time they have done this game, okay, they have had the opportunity to introduce Akavir, but have, for some just completely baffling reason, decided
Yeah.
to do absolutely nothing related to Akavir whatsoever. And I'm just
It's
like,
it's literally the only thing left.
well, I mean, it's one gigantic big thing left for sure. They could do the
But
Sea of Ghosts. The Sea of Ghosts story would be great. They're not
they
doing anything with that.
they could do something with the return to Admora if they wanted.
Sure, they could do Admora. They could, I'm just saying, they could so much they could do. And here they're up there talking about, oh, we've discovered a new Daedric prince. I'm like, who fucking cares?
How about
It's like not
discovering a
even
new
interesting.
fucking island? How about that? Because there's plenty out there.
Yeah, there's regions that we actually want to see content from.
Mhm.
Gold Road, it's like, okay, well, Gold Road's nice, but we've been there before. So, guys, could you stop going back to regions we've already been to?
And here's the new Life is Strange,
Yeah.
which we are all familiar with how woke that series is. The only one I played was the first one on the PS4 and haven't touched it since. Because I saw the writing on the wall from the very beginning. Bro?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. It definitely is a woke game right off the bat, for sure.
So Life is Strange Double Exposure is what it's called. And
Well, it's not my concern.
Yeah, I'm not even slightly interested in that.
yeah.
one.
So let me skip past this a bit. And here, let me know if you know what this is. Because I only just remembered.
Yeah, this is the Indiana Jones game that they've been hawking for a while now.
Bethesda Game Studios, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
young Indiana Jones with an AI Harrison Ford voice.
Mm-hmm.
As young Indiana adventures across the planet doing his thing.
But that's the thing. It actually looks and sounds like a young Harrison Ford.
No, I know. They did that very well. And, props to them, I guess, for figuring it out. But
so if this trailer is any indication of the tone of the game itself, this alone for the Indiana Jones from Bethesda Game Studios, throw everything that's been done aside for just a minute. All right? And my general feeling going into this at the moment, based on what I saw from this trailer, I simply feel for this is nothing less than...
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Right?
yeah, well, I mean, here's my feeling about that whole thing. If this game had come out like before Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, this would have been an absolute start of a dynasty in gaming right here. But because it's come out post, kind of mediocre, if not bad movies in the series, Dial of Destiny was trash practically, minus a handful of, decent moments. Other than that, it was just blah.
But all of that aside, this is another one of those high points, and this whole presentation does end with a bang for me.
I'm just saying,
in a good way.
Like, imagine if you just imagine it like this, bro. Imagine if, for whatever reason, by some means, somehow, a new production studio decided to come out with a Star Wars movie, and it was actually fucking good. You'd go, okay, well, thanks. Now that I've lost all interest in the IP, you'd be like, well, that's nice, but it would have been nice about 7 years ago.
I would say 20 years ago. No.
Well, no, I mean, after the sequels, we weren't done with Star Wars after the sequels. We were still into it. Everybody was still into it.
Well, in different
not
places.
the sequel. I meant the prequels, not the sequels. The prequels. After
No,
the prequels, everybody was still into it.
I'm talking about the sequel trilogy here.
Yeah. The sequel trilogy is what ruined it.
Yeah.
And why everybody's kind of meh about the whole IP. So what I'm saying is that in the case of Indiana Jones, coming into Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, people were very interested. But then they were like, what is this? They're kind of like, meh, geriatric Indiana Jones. Okay, sure, thanks.
But this harkens back to like the Last Crusade era.
Yeah, this goes back to the real like emotions you had watching the good old trilogy of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and the Great Circle.
So I mean, again, if it had come out before the more, number 4, number 5 in the series, you would have been like, "Oh, this is great! This is great! I hope they do more." Like you'd be really excited. So I mean, that's kind of the emotion that we all have. We want to have.
And it's going to be on Game Pass, and it's coming later this year. So
I want to believe the game. I want to believe that game is good. I really do. I hope it is. Yeah. But I don't trust anything anymore.
I don't trust a lot either. Which is why most of the time I try not to get hyped for AAA stuff, but then moments come along like that with Indiana Jones and the final game that Xbox has to show us at the end of this thing. Because normally, like, I know what I've said about the Gears franchise before, about based on like the last 2 games.
Well, it's not my concern.
Right?
Yep.
But of what we see at the end of this showcase, and yes, I did spoil a bit. It is something from Gears of War. But of what they showed, harkens back to the original Gears game. And that's actually meaningful.
Yep.
Because that was the golden age of the Gears franchise, that original trilogy.
Yeah, if we're actually discussing that game, I don't know if we're going to wait to discuss it or if we're discussing it now.
Well, we can wait while we're watching the end thing there from Game Pass, because this is
Mecha Break. Mecha Break looked like a Transformers, like Gundam sort of game to me. That's what it looks like to me.
And as soon as I saw that, I immediately thought of it's a Gundam.
I was, dude. When I first saw the beginning of the trailer, I was thinking, "Is this a Gundam game?" That's what I was thinking. I was like, "Is this a Gundam game?" And then or a Transformers game. And then at the end, it's Mecha Break, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I'm not sure what this is. I don't remember. Or is this Avowed?
Yeah, this is Avowed.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot different from the initial teaser that we saw like a couple years ago. A lot different, if that's the case. Because Avowed has a couple red flags to it already,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's another one of those titles from this presentation I do not have interest in.
Because initially it was touted to be Obsidian's attempt at an Elder Scrolls franchise, but that's not what this looks like,
Yeah.
This looks like actually, this is not what that is. This is something else entirely different.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the Wu-Chang game. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard somebody's called the new Avowed game Awoke. It's not Avowed anymore. It's just Awoke.
I do not remember the trailer, so. And I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at here either, because I don't remember. Is this can't be the Assassin's Creed, is it?
No. No, that's not the Assassin's Creed title. No.
Oh,
That's Avowed.
this is Avowed. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a little more sense. But
Yeah,
at the same time, yeah, I see the red flags here. It looks like it could be interesting, but at the same time, I do have some concerns. Choose your side. Side of what? We don't know what side to choose because we don't know what sides there are.
Yeah, it's they're practicing for their MIC jobs they're going to be working after the revenue shows up, or doesn't.
Forge Your Destiny. Okay. Avowed coming also this year to Game Pass and PC. Well, it'll be on Game Pass. It'll be worth looking at because you won't have to buy it then. After Avowed, ought to be Stalker 2 then, which was delayed because of the thing in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because it was supposed to come out December 2022 initially, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, this trailer gave me the same sort of feeling I got watching Fallout 3 when it first came out. Sort of like this is supposed to be like a bit of like ironic nostalgia. Like you're playing in like a post-apocalyptic world that was like the 1950s, but everything went to hell.
Yeah, this is kind of one of the more interesting things that we saw here.
It's basically the same exact idea. Just a different IP.
Which it would be worth doing. But if the situation, and that looks kind of like a ghoul from the Fallout franchise. But after this, we get a hardware announcement right before the Gears thing. And you can let me know what you think of the hardware announcement at Atomfall. That looks interesting. At least from what they showed us anyway. And I believe this is Assassin's Creed they're showing us now. Yep.
Of course.
So.
Well, it's not my concern.
Yeah, that game right there. Pretty much destined to be possibly one of the most patronizing.
A go woke, go broke thing, which a quick thing before we get too further. At the end of this, we will react to a video called Go Woke, Go Broke by Jokes on Woke. So stay tuned for that here as well, folks.
Yeah.
For those that are watching this after the fact, please, if you don't care about this shit, just fast forward to that if that's all you care about.
Yeah, no, this Assassin's Creed title right here, it's like, in case you thought Revelations was an insulting, revisionist history game, nope, get ready for this, because this is going to be the new high watermark for insulting revisionism.
Also, with every passing day, there's more and more reports of people from Japan hating this.
Oh yeah, no, it's not loved in Japan right now.
And that's also a thing that I brought up to Ma earlier. That seems to be the thing. If a Western studio makes a Japanese game that Japanese people hate, they love it. But if a Western developer makes a Japanese type game that Japan loves, they hate it. And if a Japanese developer makes a Japanese game that Japanese people love, they hate it and call it racist and everything. Meanwhile, they're the racists in the room. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, just imagine making a game where you're dealing with a historical piece about Japan, and you can't help yourself but include a black man in a fucking samurai getup and a fucking female protagonist. It's like, did you guys even pay attention in history class, or you guys just complete failures at everything?
Yeah.
Like 90, no, it's not even 99%. No. All,
Uh,
every fucking last one of the samurais in Japanese history were Japanese
as you can tell with the
or
subtitles.
white.
Yeah, as you can tell by the subtitles of this, the actual audio in this is all in Russian or Ukrainian or whatever the language is. Obviously, that means that this is obviously Stalker 2 right here
Yeah.
that we're looking at now. Which, as I said before, was supposed to come out initially December 2022 before I left Minnesota, but that got delayed because of the invasion of Ukraine and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But is since coming September of this year, so not too long from now, only a couple more months.
And this is a game we are going to pretty well easily assume will be a better title than just about like 80% of everything else we've seen today.
And also at Summer Games Fest too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this right here is one of the top 5 in the whole presentation.
Yeah. That one Adam game that we just saw. Metal Gear Solid. And Doom, and then by the end they go into like a full 30-minute to an hour thing on Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which coincidentally is fully on Game Pass. So I'm gonna give the campaign a look when it comes out in November, and maybe even stream some of the campaign when I first start playing it. But yeah, September 5th, like I said, Game Pass and Xbox. I don't see it on PlayStation, so. And now I believe we get the hardware update business because they're releasing a new Xbox now. Did you know that, bro?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on the new on the new Xbox that apparently, I guess, is going to have the full capabilities of the Series X, just no disk drive now.
Yeah.
Going forward.
It's what the S should have been to begin with, right?
Yeah. So
No, I mean, if you're going to offer a diskless version of the Xbox, why wouldn't you ever have said, "Oh, well, it's going to be less powerful"?
Okay. So it's the Xbox Series X all digital version.
Mm-hmm. Which they absolutely love that shit because they can take away your games at any time.
Yeah, and I have the S in my office right now, and the X out in the living room right now.
Still not a fan of digital media. I don't think I'll ever be a big fan of it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of digital only. Digital every once in a while when it makes sense, sure. But I prefer the physical disc to myself.
As far as playing it and accessing and the logistics of actually playing, it's fine. But in terms of the value and ownership and the sort of practicality of long-term possession, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I kind of approach PlayStation Plus Premium as well as Xbox Game Pass as kind of demo things. And if I really love the game, then I'll just buy it when it goes on sale at that point. Physically, that is. From like Target or Amazon or GameStop or just wherever I find a physical copy of it,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when I finally got a 360 copy of NCAA Football 14 just recently because I went, fuck it, let's see what GameStop has if they're even still in business. Oh, they are. And they have it for $80. Okay, let's do this then. That's cheaper than on eBay for like $400.
Yeah.
By quite a bit. And here's the new Gears game that they're ending with. Can you guess what era that they're taking this one to?
Yeah. Yeah, the initial crisis. The E-Day.
Yep, Emergence Day, which is very interesting
Yep.
because that means we get Marcus Phoenix and Dom.
Oh yeah, we get all the favorites.
Yep, we get the classic Gears together again.
Yeah, and it's a crisis that they didn't go over that much. I mean,
No, they didn't.
You do fight through E-Day, but you never had a comprehensive game delving into all of the details of what led to it and the fighting that happened during it. You kind of just had the
Yeah.
main characters caught in it at one point.
Yeah, this announcement caught me completely off guard by the end of it.
Yeah.
So, like, as soon as I saw Marcus and Dom, at first I was like,
Damn!
right?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
But by the end of this, my reaction turned from that into simply,
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
I'm actually really excited for this.
most people considered that one to be the best announcement of the whole presentation.
And I'm certainly one of them.
Yeah, me too.
Which is why I don't find myself agreeing with people that work at IGN too often, but a couple of them were like, Xbox brought out all the guns for this one. Well, not quite all, but they brought out the big one, Gears, and the announcement didn't disappoint people, from what I hear.
Yeah, no, I really hope that this isn't just them going, "Hey guys, you remember that game that basically sold the original 360 consoles? You remember that game that so many people loved that we made 6 games out of it?" You know, you remember that game that is still hailed as one of the best shooter games of all time? Yeah, we're gonna make another title of it.
Yeah.
And so, well, again, they're milking an old IP. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. Can be a good thing. We don't necessarily trust them, but it would be very, very enjoyable and pleasant to be hearkened back to that era for a fresh title. So we are very hopeful in this one. We are very hopeful that they do this correctly. You know, make an honorable game where Marcus Phoenix and the guys are actually given some fucking respect. You know, which is something they've failed to do in the last couple of titles in the series. You know?
Yeah. So overall,
it was surprisingly good, but only because of a few bright spots. Very bright spots.
yeah. Indeed. So overall, going in, my expectation for the Xbox showcase, as I said at the top, was simply
Well,
this.
it's not my concern.
That's what I was expecting. But overall, I was surprised by a lot of what they showed and not surprised by half of it. So it's not really a damn. It's kind of like, all right, you know?
Yeah, it was I don't wish I was not a gamer right now. It's not that level of sorrow.
It makes me grateful that I still have an Xbox and still have Game Pass.
Yeah, no, it really is. If anything, it's justifying the expense of Game Pass.
Yeah.
That would be the core of what I would say about it.
Yeah, and a majority of that's coming out at the end of this year, so that's a positive, because usually, like, these game companies will show you shit like Xbox has done with Fable and other things, and like the Perfect Dark game, like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, they teased them like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey guys, we're working on the game. It's not going to be out until you're dead, but we're working on it."
Yeah, they teased them so long ago that you kind of forgot that they were even coming. At this point, you know.
Yeah, like, You're like an old man there sitting on your wagon going, I remember.
Well,
You know.
some people out there never forgot. I did forget about Perfect Dark,
Yeah.
but as it is. So, yeah, overall, Xbox did pretty good. They did a lot better than Sony, who was woke as fuck with their state of play that they did not too long ago, you know. I don't know what some people are going to say. Drew, there you go again, hopping on the Xbox train. Remember, guys, we criticize companies based on what they're doing and showing us.
Yeah, the wokeness was present, but not blatant. Not as
like
blatant.
with PlayStation lately, and not like with Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
It was there. It was noticeable, but it didn't dominate the whole fucking presentation, is what we're saying. And then also there was like 4 or 5 things that Nord and I can get behind trying to play.
Yeah.
As opposed to Summer Games Fest, there's maybe 1, 2 things, if that, and Sony, there's not really anything.
Yeah.
At this point.
There's really nothing drawing me to Sony at all right now.
Well, I'm pretty sure you haven't even hooked up your PS4 that I gave you yet either.
No, yeah, you're right.
And you're probably not going to until you're done moving again.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, no, there was nothing interesting about Games Fest.
Yeah. So, in other news, which we will get to, which is gaming related, before we get to the reaction to Go Woke, Go Broke by Jokes on Wokes. Come on, you stupid thing. There we go. Here we go. Some more Sweet Baby Inc. business going on. And we're going to hear from Asmongold on this one. We all know him with his video called Fucking. Fucking. It's fuck IGN.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I mixed the letters up at the end. I just thought I said fucking.
Yeah. Not ING, IGN.
Yes, I got that now. Thank you.
Talia and innuendo. This is promote backlash about some people in the games community, many of whom are women. This is the most retarded article I've ever read in my life.
Context. IGN published an article trying to smear the company and the devs behind Black Myth Wukong as some sexist freaks because of some of their employees' social media posts. The article cites one of their artists who basically did the still wood meme about this monster. The problem is that this game journalist, either by sheer incompetence or malice, completely mistranslated all of these posts and added words to them in the most uncharitable way possible. And this is nothing compared to the most egregious mistranslation after one of the game company founders posted this in 2020, apologizing for the lackluster trailer of Black Myth Wukong just released. Now, how on earth do you get?
I want to expand my circle and hire more people. Get licked until I can't get an erection.
In reality, the actual translation completely changes the meaning of what he was saying. Not satisfied, I went back checking if anyone called this out when it happened, and they did.
I can't believe that there's a person like this that has access. IGN needs to have this person writing guides on the banana game.
Yeah, so that's the general premise of it up to this point, bro.
Yeah.
People putting words in that would a poorly translated thing that the person never said.
Oh yes, of course, the classic.
In other words, illegal activity from Sweet Baby Inc. or companies like them, as usual. So, so business as usual in the AAA gaming industry. Nord?
Oh yeah, no, slander is their entire product, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, and half of their whole point that they even put into the games that they put in, and put into, is all just, I'm mad and fuck you and I don't like you and you should be ashamed for existing and I'm obviously a bigot, but I'm going to pretend I'm not. That's basically their whole worldview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's them, and just summarized.
Yep.
Maybe they could handle that. Please take the keyboard away from this person. that featured images and headlines that point to a culture ingrained in sexism in game science. Recruitment posters by the studio. Do we have a link to the recruitment posters? We do not. This is unbelievable. In the eyes, oh, here we go. IGN spoke to several women familiar with gaming culture, as well as the games and technology industry in China, many of whom requested to be anonymous for fear of backlash from fans of game science. In the eyes of many female gamers, has a notably negative reputation. Citation fucking needed. What a bunch of fucking freaks. You can see how this person is trying desperately to avoid a defamation lawsuit, plagued by claims of sexism, some in the games community, many of whom are women, in the eyes of many female gamers. So every single statement that's made is made with a qualifier that basically avoids legal liability. Well, guys, I was already going to buy the game, but I think now I might have to buy it twice. Holy shit.
That's exactly what I did with Stellar Blade. I bought it digitally and physically for the same system. Yeah. So I'm right there with you, brother. I might have to buy it digitally and physically for my system too, bro.
Yeah. No, this is what do we call it? This is the well, it's the Streisand effect, is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's been seen many times now, in gaming, and it's all about when the woke doth protest, the rest of us go, oh, okay, so this is good then. All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean it really comes down to, like, at a certain point, like, anything they despise is probably great. And so whenever they're up there slandering people, for creating a game a certain way, you know that the game is fucking awesome. Because they have terrible taste and they have no sense. They have no sense of self. They're completely self-unaware. They could just stay quiet and they would stop hurting themselves. But no, they can't. It's impossible.
Yeah, so with that in mind, you know what time it is, folks. It's time to do that last thing that we have. And it's also time to do this along with it.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
So with that in mind,
possibly not sarcastically in this case.
Well, I don't know if you've heard this or not. Go Broke by Jokes on Wokes, the official lyric video. I don't know if you've heard this. This came out about 9 months ago.
I probably didn't see it before.
I didn't, and it prompted me to create a whole new category for the Entertainment Awards at the end of the year.
Yep.
Which, where the hell did I put it? Here it is. It's called the Flashback Award. Kind of like with the gaming one of Gone But Not Forgotten.
Yeah.
Things that we missed from the previous year or two that deserve recognition. And this video or song is one of those things that is nominated for that category because this thing deserves recognition. This thing's pretty damn good. I've heard it at least half a dozen times now.
Yep.
But for those that don't, Jokes on Wokes is kind of like a meme type person. They do memes or something or another, at least as far as I know. But they do it in music form, though.
Yep.
Using AI or not, I'm not entirely sure. But without any further ado, if you guys get the chance, go subscribe to Jokes on Wokes on YouTube. Hit the like on here. It's at 47,000. It's got... This person has 25.6 thousand subs, and this got over 1.5 million views. And in the last 9 months. And like they say here in the comments, this is not a Jason Aldean song, as opposed to what other people are thinking. This has nothing to do with Jason Aldean. This is somebody else's work that they did entirely. So without any further ado, let me quickly check the live stream chat here before we get started. There's nothing going on there. So, you ready, bro?
Sure. Yeah.
Here we go. Jokes on Wokes. Go woke, go broke. Hence the name of the stream. Get woke, go broke.
Dear Bud Light, dear CMT, we were happy as can be till you caved and bent the knee. Good luck coming back from that.
What do you think so far, bro?
Sure. Yeah. It's a summary of what's occurred there.
And it's also things that we've covered here on the channel, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Couldn't help but talk about them. They were all over the news and stuff.
Yeah. Especially the Bud Light thing literally happened just like days before I moved. I'm like, fuck, I am doing one more stream before I leave Minnesota, which I was not intending on doing. You know?
Yeah.
Because all I had was my
stream.
yeah, because all I had was my laptop in front of me on the coffee table. My desk was broken down. My screens were all packed. I was ready to leave, and then that shit happened. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. Well, one more, because the other video waiting in the wings to be released, like right after that, or that, like 4 days later, was my goodbye to Winona, Minnesota video that I filmed by the lake.
Yeah.
At that time. But anyway, yep, folks, another side street from us. Get used to it. Welcome to the underground. Let's get back to it.
Coming back from that. Just tell us, what were you thinking? Fucking with the can we were drinking. Trade all you want, you're still sinking down. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CMT, yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. These hypocritical woke liberals know they're never gonna learn, it seems.
They're never gonna learn, it seems, bro.
Yeah, and what they need to learn is that ideology is not a way to sell a product.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you like selling to that small, portion of the public that's completely lives their life dedicated to their ideology.
And as Disney is maybe learning, but I highly doubt it, because the Acolyte, which we can talk about after this if you want to close up the thing too.
Like the message that they need to learn and get through their damn head is that maybe you guys are activists, but most people are not.
Yeah. But also, like I was getting at, appealing to these activists, guess what they don't do? They don't buy the Star Wars toys. They don't buy the video games.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a shit about your damn shows either.
And they don't have that much money. I mean, generally speaking.
And if they do, they're doing other stupid bullshit with it.
Yeah, they don't buy your product. They just...
Yeah, the ones that do buy your product, you've pissed off and told, go fuck off, we don't need you. Okay, bye. And then wonder why you're going broke as a company.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I wonder. Anyway.
Yeah. These hypocritical woke liberals know they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb, driving this song to #1. Should've known it by now. Fuck around and find out, you joke. Go broke. Fuck Ford, fuck Adidas, fuck Netflix too. Fuck Starbucks, Barbie, Whoopi and The View. Fuck Biden, Kamala, AOC. Fuck Snuffleupagus down on Sesame Street. Can't take it.
Fuck him right down Sesame Street. That's pretty good, huh, bro?
Oh, yeah.
And there's the lyric right there. Fuck Snuffle... What the fuck is that name?
Snuffleupagus.
What the fuck is even that, anyway?
It's a character from the Muppets.
Okay. Down on Sesame Street. Okay. Oh yeah, that was the one doing the jab shit for Sesame Street, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I got it. You see, even some stuff goes over my head, and I pay attention to shit still. Welcome to the underground, everybody. Or better yet, welcome to the rebellion of the underground. Anyway.
Look of his down on Sesame Street, can't take it no more. Give me Trump 22-4. Sleepy Joe, don't let the door hit your ass on the way.
I dare say, Biden, be sure to let the door hit your ass on the way out because you deserve it.
And you might not be able to help it.
But better yet, make sure the doorknob goes right up your hole, too, because you deserve that as well. Hey, that's an idea. Trump would have a new doorknob decoration. Joe Biden himself. Bro?
Yeah.
But yeah, Trump 22-4, exactly. Bro?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck the life, fuck CMT, yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. These hypocritical, woke liberals know they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb, driving this song to #1. Should've known it by now, fuck around and find out you drove. Go on, go, bro. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all. Fuck the life, fuck CMT. The silent majority will tell you with the wallet. We didn't beat up Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
The silent majority will vote with their wallet. Have we not been saying that for years now, bro?
Yeah, no, and it's important that we do because when there's an entire essentially well, I guess for lack of a better word, an entire push or movement, I even possibly would use the word, against you, if you don't do equal and opposite movement against them, they win. Like, so unless you want to just completely get run over, you have to, at a certain point, be aware of what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And getting run over has happened a lot in the last couple of years. And so it's kind of refreshing to see the running over going in the other direction.
Yeah. And you know damn well they're gonna be crying in the corner going, "Why are you doing this?" Well, you did it to us first, fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, whether or not vengeance has a valid purpose in social society, civil society,
well,
it's debatable. But
it's not really even vengeance per se. It's these companies go woke. They don't want us to buy their shit. We don't. We give them what they want. Then they go cry, "Why did you buy in our products?" Well, you told us not to.
Yeah, no, they've definitely run into that stupidity several times already.
Yeah, like case in point with the Star Wars Acolyte shit. Well, we're not gay. You told us it's for gay people, so we're not watching it. Now you're pissed that we're not watching it. Well, you told us it wasn't for us, so you can't have it both ways, morons. Either it's for us or not. And if it's not for us, don't get pissed at us for not watching it.
No, they wanted us to watch it. They wanted us to watch it, have them insult us to our face, and then have us come back to them and say, "Oh, thank you. I had no idea I was an asshole and that you hated me. I'm sorry. I guess I'll change." That's what they wanted to hear.
Yeah, I gotta quote the French guy from Monty Python here. Yeah. Oh, you hate me? Well, I fart in your general direction. How about that?
Yeah, no, it's no concern. Just like Mike Pence said, it's not my concern. You hate me? Oh, it's not my concern.
Well, it's not my concern.
Yeah, it's not my concern. you hate me, good for you.
Yeah. But on that note, let's finish this up.
Already, we'll tell you with the wallet. We didn't beat up Jussie Smollett. Fuck Bud Light, fuck CNT, yeah, fuck Target and fuck Disney. Damn all these miserable fucking liberals. No, they're never gonna learn. It seems they're calling me stupid, calling me dumb. Driving this song to #1. Should've known it by now. Fuck around and find out you drove. Go, bro. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all. Go, bro. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all, fuck 'em all.
What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I mean it's explicit but valid. You know, I mean it's.
Well, this is the underground. We have never hidden swearing or anything of that nature. Why did my email come up? I didn't want that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and it's it's sort of summarized by saying, look, don't give money to people that hate you, and just remember that they hate you. Like, get it through your head, they hate you. When they they sell you a product, it's you losing. You gain nothing by buying their product.
Yeah.
In fact, they've won. If they can insult you, put you down, vote against your interests, and abuse you socially, and then tell you you're the bad guy, and then you go and buy their product anyway, then you've lost on every front. So yes, it's important to notice which companies and brands despise you and not patronize them. It's important.
Yeah. So I decided, so instead of putting cancer on the screen and talking about Star Wars Acolyte, we're going to do something actually fun. Something worth looking at to finish this. And it's a similar thing that we did last time. Il Donato Trumpo. Because he did a couple of new things recently, too, like in the last few hours. So, first and foremost, 10 hours ago, Detroit, get ready to rock. What do you think, bro?
Yep, that's good.
Let's see, we got you know it here as well. By the way, go follow Il Donato Trumpo on Rumble and tell him that Drew.Underground sent you, even though he's going to probably say, I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Yeah,
but
that would happen, yes.
But fucking tell him anyway.
With the help of everyone here tonight, we're going to win this state in November. We're going to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House. We're going to put America first.
As it says, you know it. Reading the snake, we've heard that so many times now. We will make crypto great again. No. West Palm Beach, get ready to fiesta. I bet it's more Trump dancing. You?
Probably is, yeah.
Watch what steak does to your gut. The carnivore diet. Why do people lose weight so rapidly? Protein.
Yeah, speaking of which, happy birthday, Mr. President Trump.
Yeah, it was June 14th. It was his birthday.
Well, it's not my concern.
I don't care when it was. It still happened. And it's the same month as mine, so we're both Geminis.
Mm-hmm.
We both have two personalities. Mine are Drew and Andy. Thank you very much. And the one you get on this channel is Drew all the time. So, with that in mind, anything you want to bring up before we call it a night?
No, I think we've gone over everything that's been relevant in the last week.
Yeah. Otherwise, there is one thing I've been sitting on wanting to do for some time for the channel. A top 10 list. Well, there's a couple that might rattling around in my head somewhere, you know? Kind of like loose screws, I guess.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Yeah. And I'm thinking next time we do Breaking Rocks, depending on what's going on in the world, my current intention for next time is to try to do a top 10 list of Tom McDonald's songs. Bro?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the loose screws in my head that's been rattling around for like probably a couple years now.
Yeah, I mean, with enough content that he's produced, it could be done, sure.
Speaking of which, he did drop one Friday, which I was going to do, but I fell asleep. So I rescheduled it for tomorrow, either morning or afternoon, depending on when I get around to it. But it will be happening tomorrow.
Yep.
Because his newest song, I believe, is called Me Versus You.
Yep.
So I look forward to seeing what that is about. I've seen other people doing the reactions. I'll watch y'all's reactions once I've done mine live here on the channel tomorrow at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, like I said, stay tuned for that reaction tomorrow. Hope you guys will join me. I believe you said you were going to be available for that now, right?
Yeah, I certainly could. Depends on what time, you know.
Depends on what time I get up. But right now, it's currently scheduled for 1 in the afternoon at the moment.
Yeah.
Would that be fine for you then?
Yeah, I can try. Yep.
Okay, well, expect both of us tomorrow afternoon then at about 1 o'clock. That being Pacific time. Since it's the summertime and we're stuck in this time zone until the holiday season, huh?
Yeah, we're always stuck in a time zone. It's just a matter of which one it is.
Yeah, we're stuck in the one with California until the holiday season, which everyone changes their clocks again, and we switch time zones because of it back to Mountain Time.
Yeah. We don't move clocks. We just switch zones. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's always fun.
We just move around the country. We just get closer to the West Coast in the summer. Haha.
Socially speaking, yes. Yeah. But on that note, remember, be awake, not woke, folks. And also, do I have to say it, or would you rather say it? You could say it.
Fuck Joe Biden. Give us Trump 2024. We'll see you guys hopefully next week for the Tom McDonald list.
Yep.
But if not next week, then some weekend after that. It all depends on what's going on. But beyond all that, be beautiful, stay safe, stay cool if you're out in the desert like us.
Mm-hmm.
And stay warm if you're in Alaska, not like us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Taki? Eve, are you alright? This place is dangerous. Take my hand.
I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you. I was put here to upset